Hey, fuck you, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here, yeah. I just wanna, today is May 27th, and I just want to take my time out to talk about school life and other stuffs, just for a little bit. First of all, as you can tell, I'm not having a great time. Last Saturday is literally one of the worst days of the year. My phone has cancer, my third phone, and it's pretty much completely covered in black now. Bef- like like 3 days ago, it's only in the corner, the purple and the black, and then it just starts spreading, and now it's almost complete. What's a real shame is that it still works. I just can't use it. I just can't see it. It still fucking works. So now I'm recording with my new phone. It's a Samsung as well, Galaxy A70 or A7. Other than that, as you can see, from the date in the corner. So I have originally planned to film my next big, gigantic short film in the year 2018, and it's postponed to 2019. And then I was like, oh, okay, so you know what? Let's film it in January or February, and then we continue to postpone it. And right now, it's already the end of May, and it's about to be June 2019, and we still haven't found the actors and actresses. We need to do casting for it because it's just too complex of a cast, and we still haven't. We haven't even done a single fucking meeting, let alone shooting. Okay, we're still trying to handle the script, and I've been writing the script for one and a half years already, and I'm not even exaggerating. Also, aside from all that, I have like 5 assignments, and they all suck. And then 10 days later, it's the finals. So I have the short films, I have YouTube videos to tend to, I have the whole school stuff, the Mary stuff, the Topher stuff. I have the finals, and I have to revise 10 days. 10 days. How the fuck am I gonna revise in 10 days and get good grades? I mean, good scores in the exam. It's just like 25 hours a day is not enough. 26 is not enough, 27 is not enough. I need to sleep. I need to sleep as well. That's really funny because I've been struggling with time management for like 2 years now, and I've been doing my very, very, very best to manage my time. I do not have free time. I didn't have free time since like 2 years ago, and now I could barely sleep for 5 hours every day. I sleep for around 4.5 hours, and I still have exams, homework, my school goals, my school enemies, YouTube, short film, and oh, also, I need to keep myself physically healthy as well, because if I don't, I'll end up as a matchstick. Okay, it's currently May 31st, 12:39 in the morning. Actually midnight. Yeah, fuck. Still no news in the short film department, and no news is bad news. And second of all, I'm gonna actually start seriously revising. 6 days left until the fucking finals, and I should be scared, I guess. And yeah, I don't have time. All my YouTube uploads are postponed, kinda. The Us movie review is supposed to drop yesterday. Actually, it's supposed to drop very early on, but like, I just don't have time. Okay, it's June 1st, and I wanna wrap up a little bit of the school update video. I'm just gonna put it here and put like words on this thing, so it's gonna be the thumbnail. So, where did we last leave off? I believe it was, so last time I talked about school, it was May 18th, and now it's now it's June 1st, and I'm gonna be talking about May 20th. Before we start off, let's do a quick recap of what had happened in recent days. So, Mary is one of the most mysterious and most fascinating girls I've ever met. And you know, I've not talked to her for many years now. Haven't talked to her properly for many years now. The last time we actually had an interaction was actually a couple years ago, I think. I forgot. And you know, I'm still thinking about her from time to time because she's just such a strange person. And she's Oliver's friend, and Oliver's in my class. So, unlike the USA, we have home classes where we are separated, where the entire form of students are separated into 5 classes, A, B, C, D, and E. And this is our main class, and we stay in that specific classroom for almost the entire day. And we don't go to different classrooms. Usually we don't do that, and teachers would just come to our classroom and teach and go, and the teachers would do the swapping, not us. So yeah, we are in A class, and Mary is in C class, so I don't talk to her often, and I don't see her often. Linda's in E class. Bernice and Wendy are in D class. Jeffrey's in B class, and so is Tyrus. Cedric, my best friend, is in Scotland, and Keith is in Canada. And yeah, and then everyone else who's important, including Leo, Pink, Natalie, Jordana, and Olivia, they're all in my class, in A class. So we start off with May 20th. It's been a few months. Okay, I have to leave very soon, so I have to wrap up quick here. So it's been a few months since I have decided to start a war with Tofu, who is Natalie's friend, not enemies, but friend actually, with this weird owner user relationship, owner pet relationship. I'll get to that later. But yeah, it's May 20th, and I got fever. I felt really lightheaded. And yeah, Mary keeps on going in and out of the classroom for some reason, talking to Oliver very intimately, telling secrets. That makes me feel kinda sad and lost. And, you know, because, you know, I and Mary at some point were, you know, friends too, but now I'm just a loser, a coward, I think. And sports class, PE class, my least favorite class, most definitely. Yeah, I had to do this volleyball exam, and I totally failed it. And there's this rowing exam. We have this rowing machine, and I failed it as well. And then after school, Linda actually came to our classroom and started hanging out with Selena, one of our students. And they were both very friendly, and Potato Gang, which is the name I gave for the boys, the group of boys, Ernest, Ron, Dean, Grant, Edward. I gave them the name Potato Gang. And Andy is also in the gang, and they were playing around with some volleyball, and Linda was there, Selena was there. Both of them are really athletic and sporty, and they were really happy, and I'm not. And what makes me even sadder is the Game of Thrones finale. Great. So it's June the 2nd right now. June 2nd, and I'm gonna continue to talk about, I'm gonna continue to talk about school. As you can see, my hairstyle is magnificent. It's very fashionable indeed. Woke up like 11 something a.m. this morning, and I skipped breakfast. I had to go somewhere, and yeah, And then I went back home just like an hour ago and I had lunch. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen next. I don't know what should I tell you about school right now, because it's gonna get a little dicey. And so yeah, things have changed, things have moved on, and we are moving on to a new era of school, also the final era. For the last couple of weeks, I've been in a really sad mood because I realized that school is about to end, and before it ends, I really want to befriend people, find out truths, and discover the deepest things about our students, the people. Because that had been my goal from the beginning of times. I have been given this identity when I was in 7th grade, that I am the kind of person who would investigate things and solve cases. So I want to solve all the cases and investigate all the things and crack all the mysterious stuffs before school ends. And it just saddens me that after all this time, I'm still not doing any. I still hadn't done anything all that productive. Yeah, anyway, let's start off with May 20th. I talked about that already. May 21st, we got chemistry test, and it was bad. It was really bad. I don't know like half the questions. I forgot how to do half the questions, because it is essentially a revision test where it tests all the things we've learned about last year in 10th grade. So yeah, and during the test, Nick, who's sort of my friend, really shallow level friend, and he was making all these noises like, during the test, while everyone's just quiet. So the people sitting in front of him, Selena and Jordana, they were like really annoyed by it, and I understand them, because when I sat beside him, it was really annoying as well. So Selena just turned around and went like, shh. So that was really funny. We all laughed out loud. And also, I'm closer to Potato Gang now, and Ronald stepped on a dead frog. So there's this corpse, this dead frog, just like 3 weeks ago, I think, just popped up out of nowhere, and it's been dead for like 2 weeks until it mysteriously disappeared, or more like, I think it completely decomposed, including the bones. So yeah, there's this dead frog, there's the corpse on the road, and I told people about it, but people didn't seem to really believe it at first, because it's just crazy, and only me and Nick saw the dead frog, and no one else really saw it. So it was on the road on the way to school, and Ronald stepped on the corpse, and the corpse had been there for like a week already, so it was kind of gross. Also, Mary's talking to Oliver very voluntarily, and saddens me. Also, I've been talking to Natalie a lot lately. Like 3 months ago, I decided to stop all the connections with Natalie, because she's not really my friend anymore. She doesn't like me anyway, blah blah blah. But lately, I feel like, school is about to end, and I want to just break all the walls between me and the people. So the first one to break is me and Natalie. I'm gonna open up to Natalie. I'm gonna tell her all my feelings and thoughts, and hopefully she will understand and do something about it. Anyway, May 22nd, during physics class, I sat with Oliver, Suki, and Harry, and I was actually pretty close to them, and they didn't hate me either. In like 7th to 9th grade, I always struggle, because I always think people hate me, and people do kind of hate me. But right now, it's just, everyone's just cool with each other. It's just actually kind of frustrating. Anyway, in recess, Iris and Selena almost spoke to me, because I was in Grant's seat and I was trying to finish this biology assignment, and they were there too, and they almost spoke to me. Iris is also from C class, by the way. And also, I tried to speak to Russell and Oliver about my feelings and thoughts, but I was kind of indirect about it because I don't want to be too honest. And yeah. At that point, you know, in my previous videos, I was like, I want to see my class and in chaos, and then you know, I wanna see people fight. I want Topher to suffer, yada yada. Right now, I do not. I sort of changed my mind again, and all I want right now is just peace and happiness, so that school can end beautifully as possible. May 23rd is when things had gotten way more weird and crazy and interesting as well. It was raining. It was raining a lot lately, and I hate rain. It's, yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm just thinking about all the edgy people who loves rain. Oh, rain, so poetic. And I just hate rain. So yeah, I felt kind of lost and kind of downtrodden again in the morning. During lunch, Nick had to do the Chinese, more like Cantonese group discussion thing. Because we needed to do one group discussion practice before the exam, where we have the official group discussion exam. So we had to do a group discussion, like a Chinese oral exam, speaking exam, just like a little practice. So Nick had to do that during lunch, so I had to buy lunch for him. So yeah, so I followed Bean Gang, aka Hans, AJ, Tom, Hector, Marty, Harry, Derek, and Leo and Pink also followed us, I think. So yeah, I went there, and we went to this restaurant, this Thai restaurant, and turns out Potato Gang's also there. You know, Ronald, Andy, Edward, yada yada. No, Edward didn't follow them. Edward's with Cheese Gang, who's Jordana and Ann. So yeah, so we were both in the same, like both gangs were in the same restaurant. So I was like, after I finished my meal and I bought lunch for Nick, I decided to leave a little bit earlier so that I could leave with Potato Gang and be friendly with them, be nice with them, build relationships. Hopefully I can upgrade my social status even more. So I did that, and it was raining, and I had an umbrella, and they don't, so they need me for a reason. And then, out of nowhere, Mary's gang popped up. So yeah, Mary's gang popped up out of nowhere. In fact, I was thinking about this because Mary was half Thai, so I bet she hates this restaurant. Like, this isn't real Thai food, you know? She's gonna be like, this isn't real Thai food. So I bet she hates this restaurant, and if that's true, that'd be pretty funny. So yeah, Mary's gang popped up out of nowhere, and so I had an umbrella, Mary had an umbrella, and another girl in her gang had an umbrella. So I helped people and they helped people, and it makes me like, I don't know, it makes me like on their level in some ways. So that's pretty awesome. I sheltered for Grant, and Edward was sheltered by the other girl, and Oliver was sheltered by Mary. So yeah, we all just went back to our class, to the school, to the campus, and it was pretty amazing. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Mary saw me, and we were doing the same thing. You know, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. That's kind of funny because in the morning I thought Oliver and Mary had some sort of conflicts because Mary wanted to go into a class and find someone, and she went to the door. She went to the back door, and she was like about to like find the person, and she was like, "Fuck it," and she just stormed away. So that's really weird, really strange, and as a person who's supposed to like collect secrets and all that, I failed. Also, aside from that, I overheard Topher and Edward's conversation. So Edward's supposedly in Potato Gang, but he kind of moved to Cheese Gang now, which is Jordana and Anne, which is like the enemy, the foe of Bean Gang and of Tofu Gang, and Topher is in Tofu Gang, and I hate Topher. He is on my list, my number one hate list, and I heard Topher and Edward's conversation, and they were talking about Anne and Jordana, and if you don't know this, Edward has a crush on Anne. It's been a while, and then Topher's there. Topher and Cheese Gang had a really bad relationship. And then I overheard them talking about Jordana and Anne, so I was kind of curious what was happening. I asked Natalie what was happening. Natalie said it's nothing, it's all fine, yada yada. But I think there's something underneath. Also, Leo and Pink kept on talking about the end of the world and the apocalypse. You know, that's kind of crazy, because Pink's suicidal, and Pink slits her wrist all the time. One time she Skyped Leo and slit her wrist in front of Leo, and Leo just sat there and watched. According to Natalie, of course. So, of course, I don't think Leo would, take her girlfriend harming herself as pleasure, because that's just psychotic. I think Leo just doesn't know how to handle human emotions. I mean, it's not an insult, it's just that Leo is just, not capable of, truly grasping the sentimental and the moody bits of humanity, while Pink is all about that. So, On May 24th, I've been closer to Tofu Gang more than ever, especially when Topher isn't really there. Whenever Topher wasn't with Natalie or Pink or Leo, I'm with them all along because they are my original friends. They are my core friends. So after school, me, Leo, Pink, and Natalie, we just sat down in McDonald's and we kept on chatting and talking. And man, I don't know so many things, I have to admit. Natalie told me many things. First of all, about the thoughts of E-Class, 5E. Linda's with this gang of thoughts now, and I don't want to thought shame anybody, I don't want to slut shame anybody, but they are really thoughts. They are really, really, really thoughts. Like FBI, gotta open up, man. Gotta open up, man. FBI. You understand? If you have studied electromagnetism, okay. Anyway, Joan, who is with Linda, Sammy, and Yasmin now. Joan, she's a thought. And one day in a laboratory, Leo was there as well. Joan kept on asking boys about how often they would jerk off. And then she herself would start to talk about how she would jerk off in the shower. So, pretty sexually excited, pretty horny, pretty shoddy for a girl, I have to say. And we also have Yasmin, who's even more of a problem because she constantly posts herself in super less clothings. And that's pretty uncomfortable. And she vapes with a bong, and she would post all these half-naked photos. Yeah, such thoughts. Why is Linda with them? Why is Linda with them? I know Linda's attractive, okay? But Linda's a nice person. Linda is a person with heart. Okay, why is Linda hanging out with a bunch of basic thoughts? You know, that's just really heavily influenced by the thought culture of the West. Why? Why? Also, another crazy ass accusation would be that our vice principal is a pedophile. What? I'm not sure about that. But they came to that conclusion because one time Ernest, like, I don't know, something's wrong with his belt, so the vice principal literally sort of helped Ernest wear his belt. And that's really uncomfortable, actually. Also, Jordana asked Henry if he wears a condom when he has sex with Linda, and Henry says yes, he does wear a condom when having sex with Linda. That's really awkward because Linda was once Jordana's friend, and now Jordana had to ask all these ridiculous questions to her ex-friend's now boyfriend. I don't understand, and I don't really believe in this story because Jordana isn't the kind of person who would care about sex all that much. In fact, I think Jordana hates sex. I think she hates sex because she's just such a conservative person. She's always just, I gotta do the right thing. I'm really morally correct. I'm the right person. Yeah. Also, Sandra's having this illness. She's been sick for like 6 months now, 7 months, and it's a weird sickness. It's a weird type of illness because she goes to school on Monday and then doesn't go to school on the other day, and then goes to school on Wednesday, and then it's just like sometimes she goes to school, sometimes she's not because she's sick. So what kind of sickness makes a person do this? Like, what kind of sickness sort of affect the person on alternate days? It's not a physical illness, it's a mental illness. I think it's a mental illness. And yeah, so yeah, if Sandra is really suffering from a mental illness, I just want to say just keep it there, pull yourself together, keep it there, and pull through it. Anyway, yeah. So in biology class, before that, actually, I never heard Anne swear before. I mean, I heard her say, "Oh shh," but that's it. Anne is usually this, very morally right person. Like, I'm so pure, I'm so innocent, I'm really nice. Like, not nice, but like I'm really like immature. Not immature, but like naive, and just everything's just so simple in my mind, all that. And then I don't know why, but before biology class, she said she was like, "Oh fuck," and that cracked me up because I've never heard her swear like that before. So now there's only one person in our class that hadn't sworn, or at least that I know of, and that's Olivia. Anyway, during biology class, we went to room 702 instead of staying in our own classroom because the A class and the C class will be going together to listen to 2 presentations from 10 of our students. Yeah. So yeah, we sat through 2 presentations. Mary was there. Mary did nothing but tilt her head and play with her hair, I think. And she laughed a couple times. But Mary was there and nothing happened. Yeah. And then fast forward to May 27th. Actually, at the night of May 24th, my old phone, my third phone, started to malfunction. There's this purple patch at the bottom right corner of my old phone, and it sort of spread like cancer. And 3 days later, it covered the entire screen, and now it's completely black. And that's really scary. And it pisses me off so much because it still works. It still works. It's just that I can't see shit. So it pisses me off. it's such a huge waste of phone.